Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the team. I know a lot of you are on here learning, and so that you can do this yourself, or just figuring out how you can get more people to the Wellness Revolution site. So if you're with us for a while, welcome as well. I'm truly excited everyone is here, and I want you guys to know, like, if you're new or if you've been here, this decision to restart your business or to start your business can be a complete turning point in your life. And it could be a complete turning point for you. So, one quick ask before we jump in. If you guys are able, I would love if you would turn on your camera, because this is a community that we're trying to build to get to know each other. We have events, we have retreats, and we have things in local communities that we'll be coming out to. And I want to recognize you. And I can only recognize you if I see your face. And also, it's just better when your camera's on. You just seem to be a little bit more engaged. I know if you're driving or you're cooking dinner and you don't feel comfortable, that's fine. But if you can, I would love if you turn your camera on, because I want to connect with you. That's the reason we do this through Zoom. This is why we have translation on our calls, so that everyone can participate and we get that face-to-face with you that we didn't have 10 years ago. And that's the unique thing about this business, is that we get to know you as a person, not just as a name on a screen or a name inside of a webinar. So I would love if you would do that for me. It gives me more energy, because I like to look around. You're gonna see my eyes bopping all around. I like to look around like I'm standing on a stage and see people, and not just stare at the camera. I like to look at people and see your heads nodding and see that you're engaged. So first and foremost, thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys aren't just joining a team, you guys are stepping into something bigger, a huge movement. This movement, which we are calling the Wellness Revolution, has nothing to do with me or any of the other leaders on here. This movement is about all of us together and what we can do and how powerful it is. This movement will spread through people who decide to show up, who decide to learn, who decide to lead. Listen, you got to be a leader before you have a title or before you have a rank. And you got to be a leader in the minds, and you got to be a leader in the soul. And you got to first start with leading yourself, right? If you can't lead yourself, how are you going to lead others? And this business is about leadership. It's all about leadership, my friends. And what I want to start with is mindset, because I truly believe mindset is at the core of everything that we do in our life. Every single thing that we do has to do with what's going on here and here inside of our brains, between our ears. It's the foundation of growth. It's the foundation of a marriage. It's the foundation of being a parent. It's the foundation of being a friend. It's the foundation of being an entrepreneur. As human beings, we make things way more difficult than they need to be. We make marriage difficult. We make parenting difficult. We make our jobs difficult. But what I want to do is I want to give you some ease tonight. This business is not difficult. It's not. We just make it difficult. So let's discuss, and let's start with what matters most. Your mindset. The way you show up for this business is going to determine exactly how fast you build momentum and how far that you can truly go in this business. Just like anything. How you show up for your marriage. How you show up for your friends. How you show up for your family. That's how the first thing you have to do in anything is you got to show up. And then you got to consistently show up. And the cool thing about this opportunity, you guys, that you guys have signed up, is you're an entrepreneur. Now, entrepreneur is a title, but entrepreneur means something. What an entrepreneur means is you're building something real, and you're building something real with purpose that you own, that you control. My wife always says that people have financial freedom. And what she meant by that is because that's not a term that we can use in this space, because the FTC gets all out of control about it, because people lie and say financial freedom means you can buy jets and you can buy cars and you can buy houses. But what financial freedom really means in this business is you're free to make as much money as you possibly want to, depending on how much you put in. They say that this business is a pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme. Corporate America is a pyramid scheme because there's one person making all the money at the top, and that's the CEO and the founder of the company. There's people that I brought into this business that make more money than me. So if it was a pyramid scheme, that wouldn't be possible. Right? Like, if you go into a business, let's just say you go into selling houses, right? You're a real estate agent. There is a pyramid scheme in a real estate agency too, if you really look at it the way. We have a pyramid scheme, but the way I see the pyramid scheme is this, right? If I want to be a real estate agent and I want to go out and I want to, learn how to sell houses, I'm going to go work for someone and they're going to teach me the business. And then I'm going to become my own real estate agent. And then I'm going to do it on my own. And then I'm going to realize, well, when I started, that guy was making money off of me and I was helping him. You know what? I want to have my own brokerage. I want to open up my own real estate agency. Because I can have other people and other agents that I'm getting a cut from. It's the same type of business. It's the same exact thing. So you got to treat this like a business. You got to treat this with leadership because it is a business. You got to treat it with seriousness. You got to treat it with consistency. You got to treat it with heart. One of the biggest keys is learning. That's why we do trainings on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Everything we do, opportunity calls, training. Onboarding, it's training. Testimonials, it's training. Thursdays we do training. Last week I talked about getting director. And we have incredible resources for you guys. When we came into this business, my wife came into this business. I didn't come into this business. When she first came into this business, she was just stopped being an actress. She never owned a business, never was in business, and she decided to get into this direct sales space. And I thought she was crazy. I thought she was insane. What are you doing? You're going to ruin your reputation. And when I watched her in this business and she made $1 million in 5 months, I was like, and all that $1 million, she didn't have to pay anybody. There was no overhead. I was like, maybe I'm the idiot. Maybe I'm the one that doesn't understand. Like, how does this work? You have no employees? And so then I started realizing this is an incredible business. And so then we started adding resources. Then we went to another company and we learned everything not to do. And then we came here and all of what we learned and all the team that's got all these years of experience in the Wellness Revolution with Sarah and Kyle and Juan Carlos and Esteban and Kendall and Rochelle and Carlos and Ralph and Monica and all the people, Tara and Catherine, all the people that are on our team, all the brains that came in here, we created these amazing resources for you guys to use so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to do these training meetings. Now, we want leaders to come up in this organization and they can start doing some of these calls. We want to develop leaders because that's what scale is. When you scale, you got to do one call a month inside of a business and you can focus on what's right, and that's building the business, that's talking to people. Now you can scale a business and blow it up, and that's the dream inside of this space, is that we have a bunch of amazing people that can take a little bit of the workload and we build this dream business. And all the resources I'm going to show you in a little bit, you got to make sure you use them, but most importantly, you got to show people that they exist. When they come into the business, you got to give them a fast start. This is where you go so they don't depend on you. We don't want them to depend on you. We want them to depend on themselves because that's the magic in this business. And when you get education, when you use these resources, that knowledge creates confidence, and confidence will create momentum. So we have the website, thewellnessrev.com, which I'm going to show you. wellnessrev.org. We have a school training platform with all of the people that are on this team training. We're adding more. They're going to come to my house and we're going to record all kinds of stuff so you guys can go in there and watch 2 to 3 minute videos and become very affluent in this business. So I want you guys to commit to weekly trainings. Show up to these meetings until you got it. Show up to these meetings with your people so they see you here. If life gets in the way and you miss it, no problem. Just make it a priority to watch the replay, or make sure that you're telling your team to watch the replay as they come up and they're growing. Because every single training is a step forward. Every call will build skill. It's going to build belief and it's going to build certainty. Because I'm going to tell you the most important part of this is belief. And first you got to believe in you. You got to believe in you. You got to believe that you can do this. And you got to believe that this is not just another supplement or a gadget. This is technology that can truly change lives. I don't talk about this as a patch. I talk about this as a device. This has changed my life more than anything has ever changed my life before. Last week, I played paddle 3 hours, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday as a 52-year-old man. And I played hard. I wasn't able to do that before this device. And when you have that belief and you believe it deeply, what happens is sharing becomes very natural. And then your passion is contagious. And the best part about all of this, you guys, this is the most beautiful thing about this. And this is what our world needs right now more than anything else. You have this amazing community. Every time I go to an event and I see people, it just makes me happy. Like there's someone that, I saw her do a post of something that I said that, you never know someone's story, you only see their glory. And Sharon Bach, she is amazing. Like every time I see her, her energy is absolutely amazing. She makes me smile just thinking about her energy. And I would not even know this human being if it wasn't for this business. And the community that we get to build because of this is absolutely amazing. That's what you guys are going to see. But you got to become a part of it. We're not doing this alone. It might feel like you're alone sometimes because you're sitting in your city, sitting on a Zoom, watching these calls. But you're not alone. This is a massive community. And we have created a proven system. You don't need to reinvent anything. You just got to follow what works. Invite people to the opportunity calls. We have them every single Tuesday and every single Thursday at 8 p.m. We have them on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Thursdays at 2 p.m. Invite people. Talk about it. Say, hey, listen, come meet my business partner. You can hear about this. I'd love to get your opinion. When you invite people, just say, listen, I'd love to get your opinion. I just started this new thing, or I've been doing this 3 months. I'd love to see what you think about this. Use the tools. Learn and lean on the team, and let's build this thing together, you guys. Now, I know I get a little bit excited, a little bit passionate about this, but I just really, really believe that we have gold in our hands. We have a lottery ticket in our hands. It's our social responsibility to share this with every single human being we come in contact with because it's changed so many people's lives. So what I want to share with you guys now is I just want to go into the back office. Listen, I'm going to show you in Wellness Rev that we have all this training in the back office in 2 to 3 minute videos. But for the new people on here, I want to give you a fast start. I want to show you where the resources are. I want to show you what you need and where you need to know what's in the back office, okay? I'm going to share my screen with you. Let me go down here real quick. All right, so, this is your back office when you log in. And it takes a second. Everything that I'm going to go through, you guys, is in school. It's in our website. Very easily for you to click on these videos. And I'm going to show you our 20-day onboarding. All this is in our 20-day onboarding system as well. So by the end of 20 days, you know exactly everything you need to know to be successful in this business, okay? So real quick, most important thing if you're new, how to update your profile. Now, you're going to see Wellness Revolution LLC up here, okay? I set my business up in LLC. We have that training on the platform too. I believe everyone should have it inside of a company because when you have it inside of a company, everything you do with this business, we went on a cruise. Guess what? All the money we spent on that cruise, I was talking Lifeway the whole time. We get to write all that off. Every time we travel, my cars, this office, I run my business out of my office. We built this office. I get to write 100% of this office off. If you have an office in your house, you get to write that square footage off in your house. So I would advise, first tip, set up an LLC. It's very inexpensive to do that. And then that way you can write everything off inside of your business. So first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna click on your name up top here. You're gonna hit change settings. Super simple. When you go in here, these are all the things that you can go in and edit. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but you can go through here and go all these tabs and edit all these tabs. Set your profile up, okay? That's the first thing. Then you gotta understand your legs. It's a binary business. Left and right, you can only put them on 2 legs. I wanna show you where you're gonna change that, okay? You're gonna go up here right here where it says build left, build right. So if someone joins your business today and you put them on the left, all you're gonna do is go here, click right, boom, it changes it, okay? You see it's been updated. Then someone goes on your right, you're gonna go back here and put build left, it changes it. Super simple, okay? That's inside of your profile. Just scroll down the second section and you're gonna be able to update that profile right there, okay? And then here's how you change your legs in your organization, okay? So you're gonna go up here to the top, organization, Enroll. No, sorry, not change your links. I already showed you that. Let me see. Your monthly subscription. Okay? Right here. It's right here in bold. This is really, really important, you guys. For you to stay active, you have to have at least 55 PV. What that means is if you're not active, you can't get paid. Okay? You got to stay active. 55 PV is one sleeve of patches. One sleeve of X39 to stay active. So you need to make sure that you have a subscription order set up as a brand partner, okay? You're gonna click on this and it's gonna show you your monthly subscription orders, right? Ours is $716. This is what we wear. X39, X49, Cellular, we do 2 of them a month. Eon, glutathione, carnosine, and SP6 my wife wears every day, okay? If you don't have anything, it's not gonna have anything here. If you haven't added, you need to go and add. And how you do it is you go to store and you click on patches. Very simple. It's going to pull up the X39 patch. You're just going to click on the X39 patch. And then you're going to add it to your monthly subscription. Super simple. Now it's going to say it's been added to your order. That's not true. Okay? I want you to understand that you have to go into your cart, click on the cart, and hit checkout. Okay? That's going to take you through the checkout process. Once you checked out, and make sure if you signed up 15 days ago, make it a total of 29 days since you signed up, not 30, just to make sure you don't go inactive, okay? Once you check out, I want you to go back into some monthly subscription orders, check that monthly subscription orders that it shows up, and then you're good, okay? That's how you set up your subscription orders. Now, your enrollment link, this is pretty important, okay? If you, I have some training on technology on how to use ChatGPT, how to set up boards, how to set up links in your phone so that you can send stuff out. Like boards, you can set up boards on your phone and send out links. I'm not gonna get into it tonight, but you can send out your customer link and your enrollment link very, very easily inside of a text, a DM, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever. It's just very simple. It's a keyboard, click on it and all your links are in there, okay? But for now, just starting, you're gonna click Enroll New, Global Enrollment. I'm not a robot. And right up top here, this is your enrollment link. You're just gonna copy and paste this, put inside your notes on your phone. So if anybody says, hey, how do I get it? Oh, let me send you my link. And you can just go into your notes, copy and paste the link and send it to them in a text, WhatsApp, whatever, okay? That's your enrollment link. How you get your customer link is click on Preferred Customer Program down here on the bottom. Same thing, you're gonna copy and paste this link, put it in your notes, and that way you have it handy when someone wants to join the business, okay? That's how you set that up. Now, where do you check your commissions? You're gonna go right here to the commissions tab. I'm not gonna go into my commissions tab, but if you click on commissions, it's gonna show you every dollar you made from every part of the 9 ways that we get paid at LifeWave, okay? Right there inside of the commissions tab, if you click on that, it's gonna show you every single way and it'll show you from when you join, you can click on the date, it's gonna show you every single detail about your commissions. That's where you check commissions, okay? And here's how you upgrade your package, all right? Same thing, store. If you're not at a premium pack or you sign up at core and you want to upgrade to advanced, when you go to store on the very bottom under sales tools, it's going to say upgrade package. You're going to click on that and you're just going to pay the difference between the core at $299 and advanced at $535. You're going to pay that difference and then you're going to get the additional patches from that pack. Same thing if you do Advanced Plus and or Premium. That's how that works and that's where you upgrade. Again, all of this is on our website, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and all of it's inside of school, but I just want to cover the basics real quick, okay? The other thing is there's a resource tab back here. What I suggest people do is just go in here and click through these. Spend a few minutes a day and just learn new things about LifeWave, what's on their website, what they're talking about, as well as there's some comp education as well from LifeWave in here. Compensation 2.0, 2.0 videos. Just go through these. You're not going to break anything, but just educate yourself from time to time. If you're going to the bathroom, you're on the treadmill, whatever it is, you're in the car at waiting on somebody at school to pick a kid up from school, you have time, educate yourself or go watch videos in the wellness route or inside of school, okay? So that's the back office. That's the basics that you need to know for now. We're going to do a report from someone from home office probably in the next 2 weeks on how you can run all the reports and kind of see your back office. So that's coming very, very soon, okay? Now, what I want to talk to you guys about now is the very hardest part about this business. The hardest part. And I just want to be honest with you. This is the hardest part. Nothing else is hard. But I want to be really honest with you. Again, it's not hard. We just make it hard. Remember what I said at the beginning of this call? It's not hard. But what people make the hardest part about this is talking to people. And talking to people consistently. Now, there's a training that we've done. I'm not going to get too far into it, but I'm going to talk a little bit about it tonight. I truly believe that everyone on this call, no matter how busy you are, I got several businesses that I work on every single day. I spend probably an hour and a half, 2 hours on this business a day. And that's it. Okay? But I believe that everyone can talk to two people. When I say talk to two people, I mean have a conversation, not a DM, not a message, not a Facebook message, Instagram message. Have an actual conversation with two people intentionally every single day. If you do that 5 days a week, you're going to talk to 10 people. And if you talk to 10 people every single week, what I'm going to teach you right now, you should sign up one brand partner and 2 customers every single week. If you do that, you will be at a 1-star director in 7 weeks. You'll be at a 1-star manager in 2 weeks. You'll be at a 2-star manager in 3 weeks. You'll be at a 3-star manager in 4 weeks in this business. That's how fast, if you just talk to 2 people every single day, that's the numbers that they will work out. I did a training on this last Thursday. It's called the 2-10-1 method. Okay? But you got to talk to 2 people. Now, the hardest thing about talking to people is having a plan. Most people don't fail because the product isn't good. They fail because they don't stay in enough conversations. And then people say, oh, it doesn't work. People aren't receptive to it. Well, this is the thing, you guys. In the first 90 days in the business, you're probably going to talk to the most amount of people. And you're probably going to suck the most. Because the first time I went skiing, I sucked. The first time I played paddle, I sucked. The first time I played golf, I sucked. And I still suck. Because it takes a lot of practice. But first, what I want to tell you is what not to do. And that is, do not overwhelm people in the first few minutes that you talk to them about how amazing this device is. And talking about how amazing this business is. That's the mistake that most people make in this business, is they get right into the conversation with somebody. And people are overwhelmed and they feel sold. Don't lead with it's a network marketing business or a direct sales business or MLM. I don't hide it. If people ask me, I will talk about it's a direct sales compensation model. But the thing about most direct sales, you guys, is they're Me Too products. And we don't have a Me Too product. We have a monopoly. There's no one that competes with us. No one has a patent on their product. No product does what our product does. So I don't lead with this MLM company. But when people say that, I'm like, oh no. What I said at the beginning of this call, it's not a pyramid scheme. Let me tell you what a pyramid scheme is. I also don't lead with comp or how much money someone can make quickly. Because if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. So what works for me is where I lead a conversation leaving people with themselves. And what that means is this. My grandfather told me this when I was 14 years old. And I was trying to build a snow shoveling business, a lawn care business in the summer, car wash business, because my father always told me we didn't have enough money for this, we didn't have enough money for that. And I was tired of hearing that. So I went out and I wanted to make hay. I wanted to make money. And my grandfather said, if you want to make hay, when you open the door, you don't sell your services first. You leave them with themselves. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he's like, you just ask them a bunch of questions. You know everything about them and they know nothing about you. And I said, wow. And I said, then they're going to ask you about you. But in sales, I do the same thing. Even if I know what somebody does, I'm just going to confirm they're still doing it. I'm going to ask them about their family, their hobbies. And then when I ask them about what they're doing, are they still doing it? I'm going to say, oh, wow, man, you've been doing that a long time. How long have you been doing that? 10 years. Wow, you must really love it. What do you love about it? Tell me one thing you love about it. In a conversation mode. Oh, I love working with people. Most people don't love anything about their job. I can assure you that. Most people don't love anything about their job. And then I say, well, if you could change one thing about what you do, what would it be? And most people are going to say they work too much, they work holidays, they work weekends, they work at night, they travel too much. And I don't capitalize on that conversation like, I got a solution for you right now. I just listen to them, because what happens after that 99.9% of the time is that person is going to say, what are you up to? What do you do? And that's when you have to have your 30-second commercial ready. This is mine. You can make yours whatever you want to make it, but this is my 30-second commercial whenever someone asks me what I do. I tell them that I'm in the stem cell business. Now, we can't say that online, but on one-on-one, I could tell people I am in the stem cell business. And then at that point, their eyes go, what do you do? I would say, listen, this device has changed my life more than anything has ever changed my life before. It's called a hook statement. Okay, has anybody ever said that to you? If anyone said to you, this device, this supplement, this thing has changed my life more than anything has ever changed my life before, you're listening to me. And then that's when I give my testimonial. And again, I don't do this online. Let me let you guys know that I don't do this online. But this is what I say one-on-one to people. When you say it's changed your life, what's changed your life? And what I say is what is the 6 things that most people have at least one of them. I don't talk about my personal testimonial until the end. The first one I talk about is energy. Most people drink coffee all day. They do energy drinks. They're doing Adderall. They're doing supplements. They're doing pre-workout. They're doing all these things which are poisoning their body. And they go up and they come down. They go up and they come down. And I say I have more energy than I've ever had in my life, even when I was 19, 20 years old. I'm sleeping better than I've ever slept. I track and measure my sleep for the last 5 years. I'm sleeping 32% more deep in REM sleep than I did 5 years ago. That doesn't normally happen when you age. You usually get less sleep. I'm a serial athlete. I'm still a serial athlete. I love to play sports. It's an obsession, which comes along with a lot of discomfort in my body, a lot of pain in my body, and all the discomfort in my body is gone. One of my favorites is mental clarity. I really got worried 5 years ago that things were slipping. I was always losing my wallet. I was always losing my phone. I was always losing my keys. My wife was making fun of me constantly. I have better mental clarity than I've ever had in my life. And the inflammation in my body is way down, which I'm so excited about. And this product is an age reversal product. That's what I love about it the most. But let me tell you personally what I saw that happened to me. And this is not everyone, but for me, what really excited me was I was waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And the first day that I put this device on, that stopped. And that's my favorite thing that it did for me. And at that point, you guys, most people are like, wow, how do I get it? And that's when I say, well, that's easy. You can get it one of 4 ways. You can buy it retail for $150 a month, which is only $5 a day. But nobody really does that because you can get it wholesale for $3 a day at $99 a month. Or if you're a PC Plus, which means you get a lot of free devices that come along with that. You pay $25 and get a $300 value of devices that the company offers. And you bring in 2 customers, you can get yours free every single month. You never have to pay a dime for it. They give you credit. Or what I chose after seeing all of the people have these transformations, I decided that it was my social responsibility to share it with every single person I meet, like I'm sharing it with you. And the company compensates me for it. Which one of those sound most appealing to you? Because I want to meet people where they are, not where I want them to be. Because if they just want to be a customer, cool. And then when you're a customer, I'm going to follow up with you in 60 days and I'm going to make sure you can get it for free. And then once you refer in 5 or 6 people, I'm going to say, hey, listen, you could actually get compensated for referring all these people in. But if you try to push people in one direction or another, you're just going to push them completely out. So that's how I get into the conversation, you guys, with people. It's a very, very easy process. You just got to have that ready and you got to practice it. Now, I will get into conversation. I'll ask people, what do you know about stem cells? Like, these are the things you want to have in your repertoire. What do you know about stem cells? What I tell people about stem cells is this. Did you know between the age of 0 and 30 that 50% of your stem cells are gone by the time you're 30 years old? That's why we see athletes decline in their careers, and it takes a lot longer for them to recover. But this is what's crazy. Between 30 and 60, 90% of your stem cells are dormant, and stem cells keep inflammation out of our body. Stem cells keep us young. Stem cells allow us to sleep. They're good for everything. And then I'll ask, well, how's your energy day today? If somebody's drinking an energy drink, I'm going to turn the energy drink around and show them all the chemicals that they're putting into their body. Listen, you guys, there is a lot of people that we can talk to. There's a lot of people. People that are stuck with their health or performance. Friends and family, those are the toughest because they know you. They're going to wait a little bit. Co-workers, classmates, social media contacts, people that are in direct sales business, that are in those Me Too products, that are competing with everyone else in wellness or in beauty or whatever the other products out there that just is the same. You can go to Target or Walmart and get anywhere else. You guys, this is a simple assignment you guys can do. Pull out your phone and go to your contacts and play a game. If I go into my contacts right now, let me see. I have 3,020 contacts. That might be more than most, but I'm also old. But I just do this. I just scroll every night and I stop. And it stopped on Chris Merrick. Chris Merrick is an Allstate agent that is in my book club that I've talked to about this device. I'm going to follow up with Chris Merrick tomorrow about this device, and I'm going to reach out to him and I'm going to have the same conversation. But now I don't have to think about it. I don't think about who should I call. Just go through your phone, and when you call them, I also play a game sometimes. If I haven't talked to him in a while, I'll call him something else. I know Chris. I can't do this to Chris. But if I hadn't talked to Chris in 15 years, I'd call, hey, Chris Smith, what's going on? It's Jay Atkins. He's going to be like, this is Chris Merrick. Chris Merrick, what is going on, brother? How have you been? What are you up to? Are you married? You have kids? Where are you working these days? Wow, how long you been there? No way, 15 years. What do you love about it? What would you change about it? And then he's going to say, Jay, what are you up to? I'm in the stem cell business. Now I'm into the conversation. It's that easy to get into conversation, you guys. It's that easy. But you got to do this. You got to have some inventory of patches, you guys. You got to patch people. Because talking about it sometimes is not the most effective. I give out 10 patches to everybody that I have a conversation with that seems interested. I patch them. Because I know 70 to 80% of people that I patch are going to have some kind of transformation in 3 to 5 days. But you got to get the device on people. When people try it, belief grows. The conversations get easier. Referrals happen. Your confidence will start to rise. All right? So real quick, I want to do this really, really fast. I want to just go back through the website. Let me share my screen here. Make this a little bigger so it's stretched out. So this is the Wellness Rev website, wellnessrev.org, right? This is the home screen. You guys could just go here. You can see these are our leaders. There's probably about 120 years of experience in this leadership team here. This is a message from Meredith that is very, very supportive of what we're doing. I loved what we're doing. A message from my wife and I. We're going to put more leaders' messages up here. Just go through this and play with this thing, okay? If you go to onboarding, you're going to see that these are all the videos that we just talked about right here, 2 to 3 minute videos. So we push your team to these calls. To this website, because that way they don't depend on you. They can go in here and click on this video. It's a 2-minute video and they know exactly what they need to do, okay? And this is the 8-step launch plan. This is the 20-day business launch system, okay? What we built this for you guys is so when someone starts, they go to day 1. They click on this video right here. It pulls it up. It's a 1-minute and 24-second video that they're going to just go into and watch. It's that simple, you guys. They just go into that video and watch those 5 videos that day. 10, 15 minutes, that's it. Then they go to day 2. They don't need you. They go to day 2, then there's gonna be 5 videos in there. Day 1, they're joining school. We're giving them a guide from start to finish inside of this plan. They do not have to think. It's a thinkless system. Here's the school. Day 1, you're joining up for school, right? You can get to school from here just by clicking on here, join our school. It's gonna take me right in. Here's the classroom. Here's all the training inside of here, okay? Sorry. As well as our comp plan. There's 9 videos inside this comp plan on the website that Kyle and myself did that explains every piece of the comp. Just click on that. Community. Go in here and just search around. We recognize all the people that ranked up in January. Brand Partner of the Month, Adriana was a Brand Partner of the Month. Our book club. Every Wednesday at 1 o'clock we meet and we discuss. We read 75 pages a week, 15 pages a day, 5 days a week, and we meet and we talk about the book. I've been doing this for 6 years. We've read, I think, 140, 150 books, maybe more. I don't even know. Lola have to correct me. But we've read a lot of books inside of here. But it's a great thing for growth. Testimonials. If you guys have a testimonial, please reach out to our team. My team is doing testimonial calls today with Lola and Justin. Justin, put your thing in the chat. If we get a bunch of testimonial calls on here that are compliant, we could send our customers here and they can go on and hear people's testimonials. So it's not just your testimonials. The wellness regimen. This is what my wife and I do every single day. This is the supplements we take every day. The reason we started this wellness revolution with this big group of people is because this device is amazing. But if you pair this device with doing a great wellness regimen and taking care of yourself, that really is going to make you feel absolutely amazing. And then the resource tab. Everything you need is inside of here. If you want to do an opportunity call presentation, you just click in here. Doesn't matter where you are. Download as a PowerPoint and you go into it wherever you are. It doesn't matter. You can be in your PowerPoint presentation. Okay? If you're going to do one on the fly, you can just go right in here and go to your PowerPoint presentation and do it. Just like this call that I'm doing tonight. Leadership onboarding outline. If you want to do an onboarding call, it's all right here. Brand partner welcome guide. If you want to send something out to a new brand partner signing up, all the stuff that's on the website, all the stuff is in there. Everything you guys need is at your fingertips, all inside of here. Go through here and look at these current talk paths, handling objections. Everything you need to do to be successful in this business, we have it on here. All right? So that is, I think, about it that I have tonight. Like I said, the comp plan training is absolutely amazing, to understand the comp. But this is what I would challenge you with. Don't worry about memorizing the comp plan. This is how the comp plan works. Talk to people. If you talk to people, it's going to take care of the rest. And then make sure you're talking to 2 people every single day. Listen, if you talk to 2 people every day, 10 a week, by the end of 52 weeks, you'll have 52 people in your business. And if you start doing that same thing along the way and duplicating that process, you're going to have like 1,300 people in your business by the end of the year. And if you do that the next year with those 1,300 people, you're going to have 35,000 people in your business. You're going to have a $5 million a month business at 3-star presidential. You could be making anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 a week in this business if you just do get one person in the business. Don't worry about the 9 no's. Those 9 no's are follow-ups. Those 9 no's are people that you could talk to in 60 days that will become a yes. But if you talk to 10 people and only one sign up, celebrate the one. The 9 no's are just not right now. And it's okay. But don't let them go forever. And when you follow up with them, don't follow up about the patch. Follow up with them about their life. Leave them with themselves. See how their job is going from the last time that you talked. And they're going to be like, hey, what about that device that you were talking about? How's that going? And that's when your response is your 30-second commercial. But their 30-second commercial is a little different. It's like, oh, you know what? God, I don't even know what I told you. But it's a million times better than I ever thought. The amount of people that are benefiting from this device, my life has changed more than it's ever changed before. And now you're back into the conversation with them. So don't get discouraged by all the no's. Celebrate the one win. And one win a week can be a massive win in your lifetime because it will prove to give you big, big results. You guys, you don't need hours a day to start. 15 minutes a day consistently talking to people in this business can launch your business if you stay in conversations and follow the system and get people to the system. That's what's important. Nothing can duplicate if people don't go to the system. You also got to get everyone doing the 20-day onboarding system. If you haven't gone through it yourself, if you've been here a year or 2 years, what I recommend doing is going through that onboarding system yourself. Spend 10 to 15 minutes a day so that when people come in, you have more conviction saying, go over to the system. You know what's in there. You know how it works. That way you're pushing them to the resources, the website, the school. The more you do that, the more it's going to help your business. I promise you. But you got to get people to the system. One last thing, and I'm going to open it up for you guys to ask any questions. I try to leave 10 to 15 minutes at the end. Is this. We are having an event in Destin, Florida, actually on 30A, like 3 miles from a beautiful, beautiful area in Florida on April 17th, 18th, and 19th. It's going to be an amazing event. We're going to have a lot of fun at this event. We're going to do a lot of learning, and we're going to spend a lot of great time one-on-one with a lot of you that come, okay? We have options. There's a payment option on there, and there's also financing if you need that option. And you can finance it over 48 months, which is pennies a month to come to this event. This business is about getting together. This business is about event to event. Because when we're all in our homes doing this business all away from each other, it's way different when you get together. So just go, Justin's going to put it in the chat. You can actually get it through our website as well. If you go to the wellnessrev.org, the first thing it opens up is that event. We have an event page under community. You can go down there and find it as well. It's very, very easy to find it, you guys. We'd love to see all of you there and spend time with you. It's one of the best things that we do every single year. It's my favorite time of year is to spend time with all of you guys. So I would love to see you guys there. And now I would love to open up to any questions or any objections you guys are hearing. I'd love to help you with any part of the business that I can. This is my favorite part of the call. I know it's a huge download of information, but this is the time that I like to hear from you guys and see where I can help you. No question is a stupid question. If you're thinking it, someone else is thinking it, and that's what I'm here for, is to help you with any questions you have. So if you guys have any questions, just raise your hand. I'm going to turn allow you guys to unmute yourself, and let's go. Any questions you guys have? Any questions in the chat, Justin or Evelyn? No questions?
Yes, question.
Okay. Lucia, I think I'm saying that right. Lucy or?
Yes, Lucy, yes.
Lucy, okay.
So, I would like to ask you how to follow up with a person who I reached to. And he's from a similar background as I. We are both sound healers. So I thought that we would have something, in common. I sent him some information. He was interested. And then he told me, there is something off about the device. My intuition tells me so. I kind of ignored it, and I still invited him for a testimonial call. And he sent me quite a rude message. He said, I can see that you are not really getting my message. So shall I just leave him alone, or shall I be just friendly and, because I'm coming from my heart, I can forget his rudeness. I would love him to explore this opportunity. What would you do?
Yeah, so I would give it some time. There are just listen. I will tell you, I would not be in this business if it wasn't for my friend that I trusted, telling me that just to give it a shot, and I just gave it a shot because of him. But there are some really stubborn people. So I'll give you some numbers, okay, just to make you feel better. So it's called the 30-30-40 rule. Okay, this is in sales, and this is how it works. And this is people adopting or taking on new trends like technology or wellness or health or whatever. So 30% of humanity are quick movers, meaning they're the first implementers, right? They'll see something and they're like, hey, I like this. So like ChatGPT came out. 30% of people were like, hey, I'm interested in this. I want to learn more. But 50% of that 30, okay, so 15% of that, or 50 of the 30, so 15% of the 30 did something right away. They took action, all right? I was one of those people. I went to conferences, I went to events. I wanted to figure out, like, what's this new thing? I didn't want to get left behind. The other half of that 30% will take 4 to 12 weeks to actually pull the trigger. They're going to do it. They're just not as fast as that first 50% of that 30%, okay? Then the other 30%, they're going to take 6 months to 18 months to do anything. They're going to just sit back. They'll move, but they're going to sit back and they're just going to watch for a little bit, and they're just going to see how this is going to work out and how this is going to play out, right? And then the other 40% are so stubborn and so closed-minded, and they're not the first to react. They're always left behind. They're never going to do anything unless something transformational in their life happens, like disease, death, something like that majorly happens where they're like, okay, maybe I'll try it. Okay? So we have to take that into consideration. And so what I always told my wife is what we have to focus on is we have to, and when I say focus, I'm not saying ignore these people, because I truly believe this device can help everyone. But what I focus on is the 20%. Because the 80% is going to not do anything, right? We know that. Of the people that we bring into business, who I focus on is the 20% of people that are doing something. The 80% that I have to drag, they're never doing anything. I'm not going to waste my time on them. So what I would say is if someone's being that rude to me, I'm going to step back off of them, maybe even for a year. Okay? Because they're really being not nice. Okay? If someone's ignoring me, maybe I'll step off of them for 6 months. If someone just seems, I'm okay, I'm going to follow up with you in 60 days. But again, remember what I said, Lucy. I don't follow up with the device. Right? So with him, I would follow up about what your industry is. How's it going? How's your business going? All of that. And then because now you're talking about this device, what's going to happen is he might open the conversation again and say, hey, what's going on with that device? And then that's when you can come in and say, oh my God, like what this device does for my patients that I'm also doing, the combination of the two is unfreaking believable. Because listen, sound healing, I've heard a lot of great things about it, right? My friend does it as well. I'm very, very interested in learning about it, but there's not one thing that someone can do that's going to correct every single thing in life, right? There's a combination of multiple things. Like you need good nutrition, you need good fitness, you need good mental, meditation. I meditate every single day of my life, right? The music is kind of a form of meditation and kind of connecting with that, right? So again, some people are just might feel that it's going to cannibalize his business, because there's going to be something that might help people better. And it's not, you're giving people options to do different things. Like there's a couple of chiropractors on here. And I asked that question, are you afraid it's going to cannibalize your business? And she's like, absolutely not. Because they need both, right? Everyone needs both. It's not one or the other. So that would be my approach, Lucy, is just to, kind of back off and then not talk about it anymore. And if you're a friend or an acquaintance or whatever, a counterpart, Then just talk about your business, and then at some point he'll bring it up.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
I see some stuff in the chat. Anybody have any other questions, or Justin, Ellen, just let me know if I need to answer anything. Don't be shy, you guys. This is the moment. Dr. Catherine, I couldn't tell if you raised your hand or. Okay.
I can say hi, but no, I was just say thank you.
Anybody else? Next English presentation is tomorrow, 8 o'clock. We have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. and also on Thursdays at 2 p.m. as well. So it's Tuesday, Thursday at 8
Bien,
and Thursday at 2.
Jake, si hay una pregunta, bueno, son dos. Sí, son dos
So
preguntas
there's
que hay en
two
español.
questions, Jay, in
Voy a
Spanish.
mencionar.
Okay.
Una es, los
One
patches vienen unas
is
bolitas
there's
solamente
some
para referir
little
los
balls in the
potencializadores de los
patches. Are
beneficios
they to
y son
potentialize
reutilizables.
the advantage of the patch, and
Están
is it
preguntando sobre
reusable?
esas bolitas que
That's what
vienen en el
somebody's
patch.
asking about, the little balls in the patch.
There's not balls, there's crystals. It's nanocrystals that are in the
No, no,
patch.
Jay. In Mexico,
Oh, okay.
they send these little plastic balls with the patches.
Sí, son plástico.
Le puedo decir en español,
I'm
la
going to
razón
say
de
it
esas
in Spanish.
bolitas
The
negras
reason
que
why they have
tienen
those little
para que
balls
las
is because in
prueben,
Mexico, to
esas
be
partes son
approved,
como de
the patches
acupresión.
are like
Entonces,
acupressure.
por parte del gobierno, la
So
aprobación
the
de
government, to
producto
be able to
es como que
approve
pongas
the
la bolita
product,
y el parche
you
encima porque te
supposedly
está
use
dando
the ball
presión
and the
y es
patch on
acupunción.
top because it's giving
Pero de verdad,
pressure
de
to the
verdad, no se
acupuncture,
necesita
but you
esa
don't really need
bolita
it, okay?
porque
And it's super
pueden
uncomfortable.
botarse
So you can just throw
toditos
those balls
y
away
usar el parche
and
solo.
just
Esto es
use
en
a patch on
México y
its
en
own. That's
Canadá
only in
también.
Mexico and in Canada.
Eso viene así, pero no se necesita, así
But
que
you
no.
don't really need them. Don't worry about it.
I learned something tonight. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's Canada and Mexico, and it's just logistics, but you don't need them. Just throw them away.
Okay. Okay. And Evelyn, what else?
Sí, y están haciendo
And
constantemente una pregunta
they're
sobre usar dos
constantly
patches a
asking
la
about
vez.
using two
Solo te
patches at the
pedíamos
same
para que quede
time.
más claro
Could
esta
we clarify if you can do
información.
that?
Two X39 or two different patches?
No, dos
Two
X39.
X39.
Mencionábamos que
You,
solamente
We
you
se
were
can
usa
you
uno, pero continúan haciendo esta
mentioning that
pregunta.
they should only use one, but they keep on asking it.
Yeah, so you can wear two X39s. I have worn two X39s. You know, if I have like a pain that is hurting me in a leg or my back, I mean, you can wear two X39s. I have before, but and you also can wear multiple patches. I do recommend waiting 30 days. You know, don't start with two patches. I would say let your body get used to it and go through its detoxification and then you could put two patches on. I don't think that's a problem. You just have to pay attention to your body and see what you feel from it. But I have worn two patches several times when I've had a couple injuries going on at the same time. I've worn two patches along with the other four patches that I wear daily. And Dr. Catherine, you could tell me if you would recommend differently. She is our resident pediatrician.
No, I mean, I think you absolutely can. It's not
Yeah,
dangerous, but I know
yeah,
David has said many times that most of the time you don't have to. So don't think
yeah.
that you wear two to make
And it's
things
gonna do
go
anything. Yeah,
faster. That doesn't work. But yes, if you have some sort of, like you said, every once in a while,
yeah.
something that's really awful and you want to put two, you can, but you don't, it's not going to make things go faster in your body if you put two or three X39s. He said several times that one should be enough for most of the time.
Yeah, it's just an extreme. I had a really bad injury, so I was like, and
Right.
maybe it worked, maybe it didn't, but I just thought if I put it directly on it, and they were two injuries at the same time, so I was like, I'm gonna put it in with an Eon. So that was my thing. Again, did it work? I mean, I recovered it a lot faster than I've ever recovered in my life, but
Yeah.
you know,
So for acute things, absolutely.
yeah. Claudette,
Hi, hello everyone. Um, I've
and
been
for this,
using,
one question, Claudette, for any of the Spanish-speaking people, you can speak Spanish, and I understand you, so you don't be afraid to speak Spanish if you have a question. Go ahead, Claudette.
ok, perfecto.
Okay,
Yo
perfect.
uso tres
I
parches
use
desde un
three
inicio
patches
por
from the
una
start
situación
because of a situation,
delicada en mi
a
cuerpo
delicate
y
situation in my
estoy
body,
infinitamente
and
mejor.
I am 1,000
Pero
times better.
he escuchado
But
que
I've
nos
heard
aconsejan
that the recommendation
recomendar solamente el
is just
X39,
X39,
like. mm,
like only using that
I
one.
don't know what it was gonna, I mean, no sé lo que hubiera sido para mí
I
sin
don't
el
know
X49 y el
what
alfa.
would have been
Lo que
my
quiero
situation
decir
without
es
X49 and
la
light and
importancia
Ice
de los
Wave.
otros
So I
parches,
want to talk
siento
about
que
the
es
importance of the other patches too.
muy
I do
grande.
feel that it's very big.
Did you get that?
Yeah, yeah, I did call it. So this is the thing. This is David's recommendation. Okay, the recommendation when someone first starts the X39, because your body is going to go through some kind of detox. It's just getting your body used to it. I mean, no one's worn this device before, so the thing that I recommend, the only patches that I recommend starting with the X39 is if you have severe pain or you have severe inflammation in your body which causes pain. I will recommend the X39 and the Eon, and I will also do the Ice Wave with those four. So, like, I had a young lady at the paddle court that did something really bad to her neck. She couldn't move, and I put an X30. I put Ice Wave first, figured out where her pain was, and reduced the pain. And then what I normally do, wherever, like, so let's just say it's at, it's at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, right? I'll put the X39 in the 12 o'clock position and the Eon in the 6 o'clock position and just surround it and just let the person know that the Ice Wave is temporary and the X39 and the Eon is something they should wear long term because it's actually going to long term help the problem. So those are the only four patches that I said, but I always tell people if they're not dealing with discomfort or pain, wear the X39 for 30 days because this is the thing. I'm only talking about X39 in most people, right? I'm not talking about X49. I'm not talking about SP6 or glutathione or carnosine. I'm not talking about any of those patches because then people just get confused. But if I'm dealing with somebody that has severe pain, that's the only time that I'll bring up those other two patches, and that's it. Now, what I will tell you with the Ice Wave, Claudette, for me, it's an entry point because if someone's dealing with pain and I go and I put that Ice Wave on, normally their pain goes down 70, 80%,
Yes.
right? And now they're like, what the hell is that? Like, what just happened? Like, I've been dealing with this pain for 6 months, and all of a sudden you put these two little stickers on my back and the pain is gone. And so then after I have that conversation, that's why I always put X39 and Eon because I tell them this is what's going to help long term. Ice Wave is temporary, right? That's a temporary relief. That's like taking a Tylenol. It's not gonna permanently remove it. X39 and Eon is going to help take that pain away, especially X39. The Eon is just going to help a little bit with inflammation, right? It's going to help faster with that inflammation. That's why I use that protocol on people, but I never talk about any other device besides X39 unless someone tells me I can't move. I have severe pain. That's the only time I use it. But I think, for most people, if we're just talking about X39, listen, I didn't know anything about the other devices for 3 months because I wanted to learn everything about the X39 because that's the device that took the company from a $20 million company to a $600 million company in 4 years. So that's the baby that we need to be talking about because that one, like David says, that one does everything. Right? That device actually does everything in your body. The other ones are just enhancers. They enhance the X39.
Okay. Thank you.
And if I misspoke, Dr. Catherine, being this is a doctor on here.
No, I just wanted to say something really, really quick is the way that I explain it to people so it's really easy. Think about vitamins. The X39 is like a multivitamin. It's gonna help you with everything. So the X39, like Jay said, it does what all the other patches do in a smaller way per se. And some people only need X39, like my husband most of the time, and it's amazing what you see. So you're right. I mean, you use those three patches, that's great, but you don't know what you would have, maybe with only X39, you would have felt a little better in about a month or 2 months, then you add it. And I agree with Jay. If you use Eon at the same time, if people have chronic issues, then you just get better faster because when the inflammation gets down faster, then the X39 can work faster. And so that's the only patch I ever talk about it only with people with a lot of inflammation. But X39 is a multivitamin, and then you can see, oh, do I need more, magnesium, more of this, more of that? Like if we're talking vitamins, do I need to add this, that, that? But Most people, I agree, it makes it easier and you will notice, trust me, as a doctor, I wanted to use all the patches at first and talk about all of them. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because people also will not use them all because it gets confusing. If you have to give them too many instructions, they'll get confused. If you tell them you put this thing on, that's it, then it will be much easier.
All right, guys, I have an interpreter, so I have to cut this call, you guys. Thank you so much for getting on here. It's so great to spend time with you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, and I will see you guys on Thursday night because I'm doing the opportunity call in English. So anybody have anybody coming out in English, I will be there with you guys. Have a great night, you guys. Thanks for coming on.